My life is just, should I say, a mosaic of people just reaching out for me, stepping out of their comfort just for me. And I can't thank God enough. I don't know. I don't even think I did anything. I just think that it is God's favor upon me and upon us. So, yes, I started to become a mother, a role that I had prayed for through my life as a girl. And I thank God so much that He answered that prayer, only to realize that my children were born with conditions, health conditions that were actually genetic. For example, asthma, allergies. And these reactions actually were not, I was not seeing them for the first time in my life. They were also running in my family where I came from. And my mom used to manage with medications. And we also had another challenge that I actually realized as a mother that it had been running in the family, the challenge of cancer, the challenge of hypertension. And we had accepted this as normal. For me, that's the biggest joke. We had accepted these things as normal. I will say I had accepted them as normal. When my mom passed on, and she passed on for blood cancer, my auntie passed on for breast cancer, I came to a point of saying that maybe they grew old and they had to fall sick and then they died. Now I know that 60 is not a very old age because I'm making 54 this year. Just 6 years from now, I don't think I'll be so old to the extent of falling sick and dying, because I am sure I'll still be a useful citizen. So when one of my sons was falling sick, after he had been circumcised, he had been bleeding through the nose, and he could bleed when we brush his teeth. I did not understand these things. I thought it was something small. But I also remember when I used to take to his siblings to the doctors for routine checkup, the doctors thought I'd brought this boy. Finally, he was unable to get out and play. And the maid who was helping me to take care of them while I was running up and down to make ends meet called to my attention the need for us to go and check him out. And indeed, the doctor told me, Mama Bali, we have just been fearing to tell you, but we have big concerns about this child. So he checked. I was already so scared because I had talked to my sisters, and I think one of my sisters, and she's on call, and I had asked her, will this thing not come back, the leukemia that my mom had passed on? And she said, I don't think so. Mom was old, but I know that it can be a genetic condition. And indeed, the doctor was scared. Long story short, the child was diagnosed and confirmed to have blood cancer. I don't know how many bells were ringing in my head as a mother. I was unable to contain myself. I was already breaking down, and I had to go for counseling. The doctor who did the bone marrow asked me to be strong. She said, you cannot cry in front of the child. You cannot break down. It will cause an alarm and he will have no chance of beating the disease. I had to be strong because my mom had told me as I was starting this journey that this is a page, this is a new chapter. You have to be strong. I had to look for those things. And I want to say I was faking. Inside, I was breaking. And I think it is the case with all mothers. When the child falls sick, I had to leave my job and take care of him. I was sure he could make it, but the boy just continued to deteriorate. And there was nothing that the doctors did not do, but still the condition was only getting worse. He was on medication. He was being given attention. We were buying all the drugs, but we could not go for the walks that we used to go for. We could not play on his bed anymore. He could not eat on his own. He could not sit up. Then he could not breathe. And finally, he lost the battle. And as a mother, we are celebrating Mother's Day today. I want to say that that was the time I felt least useful. I felt so hopeless, so useless. I felt so should I say, guilty, that all I could do was watch and hope and pray and follow instructions as my boy was battling an illness that was a big one for a little boy. And on the ward where I was, there were so many mothers as well taking care of their children. I remember there was only one father taking care of the child. The rest of us were mothers. And that's a statement to us, just in case you're a mother on call today. When someone falls sick, it could be the father of your children, it could be your child. The first person to step out and take care of them is the mother. And if it is a father, the doctors will be like, the attention will be twitched, but it is regular for a mother. And when you're taking care of your child, taking care of your husband, your job is at risk. And we need to understand, if you have a schedule and people expect you to deliver and you're not delivering because you're taking care of your child, they cannot tell their clients that, this person is like away taking care of. The clients need services that they have paid for. It's a wake-up call. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what triggered my first steps on this journey. I want to acknowledge that this journey has answered very important questions that I was asking on the ward. And some of them, the doctors were saying, Maria, Mama Bali, we don't have answers to these questions. But I remember one of those questions was answered. When I cornered the doctor and I asked, I was emotional, I wanted to know, and I was not going to let him go. I needed answers. I asked doctor, I think for the nth time, how did we get into this trouble? How did this happen? Because I knew I could not just let the rest of my children fall sick. He told me, you know what, Mama Bali, this condition is genetic. Have you seen anyone in your family diagnosed with this? I said, my mom. He said, yes. Very big chances that it is genetic. And then he said to me, the doctor on the ward, that it could also have been, it's very likely it was triggered by something that you were doing. I wanted to know. And he said, you probably over-medicated that child. Now, it was a bit heartbreaking, I must say, just to put it lightly, because I am an art teacher. And I was not attentive to all these things. I could not have over-medicated that child. I was following instructions from the first word, religiously. And if I over-medicated that child, I'm not the only culprit, I must say, and I'm not pleading innocent. I was following instructions, an expert's instructions. But trust me, following instructions does not replace the responsibility of a mother. And my story is a confirmation. So after following all those instructions, I buried my son and I came back home. I had one fight, the fight for my children, the fight for my family, and I needed information. I knew from then that being able to pay medical bills was not the only role that I had to play. I needed some information. I needed to know a few details, basic ones, and I needed to research to get those details, and I needed to experiment. This journey is the most rewarding journey I have had in regard to the health of my children. From a family that was in and out of hospitals, I should say like 3 times a week, with very powerful medical conditions that could not even allow us to stand in the queue. We needed to see the doctors urgently, and we had that pass, to a place where we have not sought medical attention urgently for 14 years. I cannot thank God enough. Just yesterday, we had a presentation and I was on stage and I said, with every cell of my body, I thank God that I listened, that I understood this journey. And I was sitting with my team and I told them, for this journey, we just thank God. Because I have come upon people, experts, scientists, that could not appreciate what these products can do, what their roles as mothers can actually do on the health of their families. It is my prayer, ladies and gentlemen on call today, that you open your heart, that you listen, because what I have to share today is not just a personal journey. It is a scientifically proven ecosystem that has not just bailed my family out. We have so many testimonies up our sleeves that we are so proud of because they are backed up by science and they are also endorsed domestically. Nothing can touch the faith I have in these products. They have sorted me out and my family. I'll be sharing testimonies as I present to you, but allow me to welcome you on call in case you're a first timer, and to thank you for always honoring the invite in case you've always been coming back. So I'll start by sharing my slides. Thank you so much, those of us who have responded to my call to tell us where you're dialing in from. And yes, okay. So here we go. Let us go through my slides together. Yes, as we appreciate our roles as mothers, we need to acknowledge. Okay, I hope Sada has risen her hand accidentally. Yes, we need to acknowledge that we need to appreciate some of these things. When we have a tree and the tree's fruits and leaves are showing chronic fatigue, fertility issues, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, joint pain, obesity, we need to call to mind that we need to understand the root cause of these things. And that is at the bottom of this tree, as you can see here. Poor sleep, EMF exposure, air pollution, processed food. These issues will affect all of us, but trust me, the mother in the family is one person who can regulate the impact of these things also on herself. Because if you're a mother and you're going to take care of whoever is going to fall sick in the family, I think the first person you should take care of is you, first and foremost. So how are we handling these things? Sometimes we handle the issues that we have at our workplace, in our families, by rushing to hospitals and also using medications. I have nothing against these, but these things will not sort the root cause of the diseases in our lives and in our families. Okay? So yes, we need to address the concern of poor diet, okay, poor sleep, okay, and then someone is saying to us here that there is an urgent call for a change in lifestyle. You will follow most likely the lifestyle that was in your family, what your mom did and how your family's meals were prepared, etc. You will follow as an adult. And this person here, a doctor, is calling on us to address a change in lifestyle, to reset, so that we can reduce on the pressure on the healthcare systems that has been put by non-communicable diseases. How do these things impact? They will impact on the nervous system overload, disrupt sleep, irregular eating habits. This is actually a repeat of the slide I shared earlier. Inadequate hydration, okay? Then build-up of static charge, breakdown of cellular function, fatigue, low energy, irritation, regular illnesses, and inflammation. Ladies and gentlemen, with so much pride, allow me to introduce to you our Amazcure range of products. These ones will give you a holistic approach to wellness and a more energized lifestyle. These products here are the ones that I'm so proud of, and I have thanked God 1,000,001 times for coming upon these products and understanding them and actually making experiments and appreciating them. I'm going to explain these products in detail. Okay, so we have the BioDisc, we have the GX1, we have the eGuard, we have the Harmonic range, and then we have Edge, we have the water filter, and we have Air Pure. These are some of the testimonies that we are so proud of. Uncle Uwi, 78 years, in 2018 was bedridden, and he had gone through 2 strokes in 4 months. He was on diapers. He needed assistance for minor tasks like feeding and sitting up. And then he was introduced to the BioDisc 3, visited the QNet offices, and within 3 months, he learned to further maximize the usage. Now he walks 10,000 steps a day, and he cannot keep quiet. Imagine if it was you, he cannot keep quiet. He's supporting the blind group in his neighborhood to also regain their health and also to master. These are some of the mothers that we are proud of. Someone sorts themselves out and they reach out. What is motherhood about? It's about care as well. So Mr. Eric Charles Wamimbi, BioDisc user since 2021. He was 46 years old when his head teacher contacted him and introduced to him Miss Edna Namgaru. She's on call, and Charles was diagnosed with ulcers, and he was advised to stop eating certain foods. You know, these foods, they continue to reduce. You don't eat this, you don't eat this, and at the end of the day, you might end up don't eat anything. He had bloating, he had heartburn. And when he started using structured water, 3 months, he noticed a very big change. He was not bloating anymore. The heartburn and the pain were gone, and he attributes this to the BioDisc. Michelle is a product of the role of a mother, a direct mother. Her mother introduced her to the BioDisc and the BioLite, to Age BioSilver in 2014 when she was diagnosed with bone cancer after having gone through an unnecessary surgery. And now she's cancer-free, living healthy today, and she is a mother of 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to acknowledge and embrace the role of water in our lives. And when we are talking about the role of water, we need to also be mindful about the quality and the quantity of water that we are taking. This slide is explaining to us the different kinds of water. We have the tap water, we have the distilled water, and then we have the structured water. Now, the structured water is the water that will be absorbed at cellular level. It will improve cellular hydration. It will detoxify you. It will improve the absorption of minerals and nutrients. It will give you energy, and it will increase the delivery of oxygen. This kind of water is not the one that you're going to get from the tap, because you see, when you drink tap water, it will not quench your thirst. You and I know. You know how you drink this water and it plays splash in your belly until you go to the loo and you've not quenched your thirst. And then we also talk about bottled water. This one, I want to just ask you, how sure are you about the quality of the bottled water that you're proudly drinking? That question, the answer is in your heart. So the structured water is the one that has been exposed to minerals, to sunlight, and it has been allowed to meander. This one is not distilled water, and it is not tap water. As you can see, the crystals, or should I say the molecule of the structured water, is totally different from the one of distilled water and from the one of tap. I think tap water is the most disorganized one. Okay, and distilled water looks like AI, not compatible with life. So the AmazeCure BioDisc 3 is the one that is going to help us to transform our tap water, our bottled water, into structured water, so that we can actually have these benefits when we drink it. So ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the samples, again, that are going to show you, are giving you testimony of what structured water can actually do. It will improve your cellular health because it will improve absorption of nutrients and elimination so that the cell is light. And then you need to know that our health actually starts at cellular level. You can see here unstructured water, how disorganized it is, and your cells do not have the time to actually use this kind of water. They can only use the water when it is structured. So when you drink water that is not structured, the body needs to structure it so that the cells can absorb it. Now the question to ask ourselves is, your body in such a condition that it can actually structure water? The answer to that is your environment. water looks at, you are very, very minute, and you can see what tap water looks like, okay? And you can see what water that has been exposed to the biodisk like structured water. Now, the concept of structured water was actually discovered by Dr. Masaru Emoto, and he also wrote a book about the hidden messages in water. Now, Dr. Masaru Emoto actually discovered this in 2001. It was a groundbreaking perspective on water, and he wrote this book to explain to everyone else how impactful structured water is. Was he the first to realize that water had a fourth phase? No. There was Dr. Batman, who actually wrote a book, You Are Not Sick, You Are Thirsty, after he had been put in jail, and his fellow jailmates were coming to him and asking remedies for their illnesses. He did not have access to any pharmaceuticals, and he started to recommend water, and he was amazed at the impact of water on conditions like asthma, allergies, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, constipation, and autoimmune. And in his research, he confirmed that drinking water, these conditions are a clear indicator of chronic dehydration, okay? So when you have these conditions, how are you treating them? It's the body's call. The body is telling you, I'm chronically dehydrated. Look at me, I have asthma. And this slide here is a certification that our product, the BioDisc, was actually certified to have gone to Dr. Masaru Emoto's lab, and water that was treated there was actually, the pictures were taken and it was confirmed to be structured. What else do we get when we drink structured water? This is another experiment by one of the scientists that was an enthusiast about our product, and he confirmed that structured water will improve the absorption of calcium. Probably that's why it is very impactful on ulcers. It will improve the absorption of potassium. It will improve the absorption of magnesium, the absorption of iron, and it will regulate the absorption of sodium, this structured water. So these are some of the benefits. Ladies and gentlemen,
German biophysicist Fritz Albert Popp discovered that
this slide here is helping us to understand the BioDisc comes with an accessory, the BioLite. And the BioLite helps us to actually further enhance the benefits of the BioDisc, because it will provide to you biophoton light therapy in the comfort of your home. Now, when we are using biophotons, it is a three-way benefit, because this light is actually a key language for the cells. It's an environment that helps the cells to thrive, and it's also an instruction for the cells to communicate better. Is the BioDisc and the BioLite the only place you can get biophoton therapy? No. When you go out under the sun before midday, you will actually benefit from this biophoton therapy. If you pluck fruits from the tree and eat them immediately, you will also get it. We shall get back to plucking and eating immediately. And these are some of the benefits that come with using the BioDisc and the BioLite. Both of them, because I have seen people who are just using the BioLite alone. The BioDisc needs to be there so that you can enjoy these benefits. Different colored lights come with specific benefits, as you can see on your screen. And yes, let us watch this video together so that we can have some scientific explanation.
German biophysicist Fritz Albert Popp discovered that every living cell emits a weak but coherent stream of light particles called biophotons. The central source of this light, the master conductor of the cellular orchestra, is the DNA molecule itself. Your DNA is constantly absorbing and emitting light, using it as a high-speed communication network that governs all the body's metabolic processes. The coherence of this inner light is a direct measure of your health and vitality. A healthy body has a harmonious, laser-like biophoton field, while a diseased body's light is scattered and chaotic.
Okay, so the light in your body is actually an indicator of how healthy or unhealthy you are. And evidence of this is when you have seen someone who has been chronically sick and their color has become dark, indicating that the lights in their body has been tampered with. Let us talk about the issue of plastics in our water. And then you might be asking how the plastics get there. These slides are supposed to help you. We need to acknowledge and understand that there are plastics in our environment and in our water. So if you're drinking water from a plastic bottle, just understand that some of the plastic that is in your bottle is leaking into your water. But is that the only way that plastic is leaking into your water? No. The environment is laced with plastics, the soils, and this is a problem that is across the globe. It's not just in Uganda. You have these slides showing you in the Americas, in South Africa, in Malaysia, etc. And the question is, what will we do? Shall we stop drinking water? No. This is where the responsibility of the family comes in. This product, the water filter, was my first love. Also because I had read up that chlorine was a key trigger of asthma attacks. And I realized that it is in the drinking water. Yes, I was talking to a group of people and a scientist told me that chlorine loses its vitality when it meets with heavy metals. And you know that our water is pumped through pipes that are metallic, and it is there is chlorine, it's chlorinated. So definitely the volatility of chlorine is lost because of the heavy metals. And this product is answering the question of how will we deal with the dirt in our water, because boiling water is definitely not enough. These harmful chemicals and the heavy metals will not get out of that water when you boil it. And this product here is also independently globally certified. You don't need electricity. It filters 99.9999% bacteria, okay? It also reinstates the essential minerals. And you can use this product to purify up to 5,000 liters of water with one filter. But now we need to understand that this depends on how clean or dirty your water is. I remember I was with a friend of mine and we went to install a water purification system to her friend. And this lady, a doctor, was asking us, how long does it take to choke? I said, I don't know, because I don't know how clean or dirty your water is. The lifespan, the lifespan of the cartridge is either 1 year or 5,000 liters, but that still is impacted upon by how clean or dirty your water is, okay? So it is very easy to install, and it will also remove the over-the-counter drugs that are laced in your water. Yes, there's been a lot of drug resistance. Someone falls sick and the first range of antibiotics cannot help. They need to use a stronger one. Also because they have been getting small doses of these drugs in the water that they are drinking, because that water is recycled from homes of people who have been medicated, maybe for life, maybe they're using hormones, maybe they're using hypertensive medications, maybe they're using antibiotics, etc. These things come back in the water and boiling it will not take it out. So let us watch this video by one of our leaders in the corporate of the company.
We took 2 fresh green capsicums, sealed one in a jar of Homepure Nova Pi water and the other one in a jar of regular tap water. Leave the 2 jars at room temperature, away from direct sunlight, and guys, you cannot imagine what happened. After 9 days, we saw that the capsicum in the Homepure Nova Pi water was absolutely fresh, while the other one in the regular tap water was completely decomposed.
After 9 days. Now the question to ask ourselves is, how long have you been drinking tap water? How long? The capsicum could not live beyond 9 days. So yes, I'm not here to
Week
scare
2.
you. I'm just here to confirm to you that we do have solutions that will work for you. This is testimony of just how much dirt is in our water. And it could also explain to us why there are so many cases of kidney failure. Now, when a cartridge is brand new, it is this white. And this one was used in Uganda, in Tinda to be exact, for 1 year. Look at how it became. If this family did not have this water filtration system, what are the chances of their kidneys surviving? The answer, my friend, is deep in your heart. Now, the water purification system has 9 stages of filtration, and these 9 stages, each has got a specific role. Stage 1 and 2 will remove the dirt and smell and the chemicals. Stage 3 to 7 will improve water quality by adding minerals, improving the taste and balancing the water. Then stage 8 and 9 will kill the germs and protect your water from recontamination. All this in one piece of beauty. And the product looks beautiful, by the way. So as we move on, we need to understand that there is an impact on us by these radiations, the products that have actually made technology that has made it possible for me and you to connect on Zoom. This is radiation, and it is real. It might not be diagnosed in the hospital, and it might not be treated with medication. We just need to take care of ourselves in the comfort of our homes. This is personal responsibility. No, is that the only stressor? No. We have work schedules, we have relationships, we have environment. I think this person is battling jam, and maybe someone has called them so many times and they have maxed out on their energy levels. And long-term stress is interpreted by the body this way: headaches, depression or anxiety, fatigue, stroke, okay, muscle pain, and then we have more likeliness to catch flu and cold. The odds of diabetes rise. Now, when these things are happening, the body is saying, please, I'm stressed, help me out. How are you answering this call? The body is shouting, I'm stressed. How are you answering it? Okay, so this is a groundbreaking technology, cheap and full, because it has come through 1st generation, 2nd generation. We are on the 4th generation. It comes with 8 key benefits, and not to say that these are the only benefits that come with using the chip pendant. It will harmonize your biofield. It increases your energy levels. It will boost your immunity, because we know that stress is one of the things that break down our immunity. It supports us against stress. It protects us against electromagnetic pollution. It will promote the quality of sleep. It enhances productivity and creativity. And then it will make it easy for you to integrate into daily holistic lifestyle. One of my friends was telling me, I want the pendant. I want to use it when I'm exercising. That's what it means to actually integrate into lifestyle. You wear it and you just use it on the go. This is a testimony of a 42-year-old who was using a phone, and then their blood picture looked like this. The blood molecules were all clumped up. Now, medically, they say that this is where blood clots and hypertension and inflammations. Yes, after wearing the pendant for 1 hour, the blood picture was again, they drew blood, and the blood picture now looked like this, okay? So now the molecules of their blood were now free, bouncing off of each other. Of course, there was improvement in blood circulation, all right? Now, this is another experiment where a sample of 12 people were exposed to Wi-Fi, and they were checked for heart rate, muscle tension, skin conductance, and finger temperature and respiration rate. And the findings of this experiment showed there was 87% improvement that was shown by these participants who were also wearing the Wi-Fi, rather wearing the pendant in the Wi-Fi. There was a decrease in stress. and there was an overall improvement in physiological response. This was at 56%. The decrease in stress was at 87%. That's why we mostly appreciate the pendant for improving stress levels. Then this product here is Edge. This one is a consumable. Now, I just want to go back and tell you that the BioDisc and the pendant work for 30 years. And this product is a consumable. You buy it and consume it. It's 1 sachet a day for 5 days a week, and then we skip 2 days. Now, inside of this sachet are 3 amino acids, that is glycine, cysteine, and glutamine. And these ones are the ones that will trigger the production of glutathione. And this is the master antioxidant of your body. Why I love Edge mostly is because it will detoxify you in line with Mother Nature, so that you're not consuming it and under detoxifying yourself or over detoxifying yourself. It will actually detoxify you. It is a potent product. It will detoxify you completely, or should I say well. And then again, it has vitamin D3, and it also has turmeric extract. The product itself is under the immune formulation 200 because of its amino acid blend, and it will unlock the potential of your body to fight back by boosting its immunity. It helps fight germs and sickness. It strengthens your heart and your heart health, and it improves the flow of your blood. It will also reduce the risk of strokes and heart disease as well. So it has no sugar, it is plant-based, and it is scientifically proven. These are some of the benefits of using Edge. And as you read them, allow me to share with you a testimony here in my house, where one of the girls had started on her menses at the age of 5. She also had breasts and pubic hair, and she was confirmed to have hormonal imbalance. Now at 5 years, of course, as a mother, I was startled to see that the girl had started her menses. I didn't know what to do, but thank God, as I have thanked God so many times on screen today, I knew about Edge. So I gave her some Edge, and the next month, her menses did not come back. By the way, the breast also went back. And I was shocked about 3 years ago to learn that her pubic hair was also not there. It gave me so much comfort. I had not tampered with her hormones. I had not medicated her. I had played my role as a mother to take care of her in the comfort of my home using Mother Nature. So what are some of the things that come when you have oxidative stress? Of course, the cell is under attack and the immune system is tampered with. We have issues with the joint and bone health. Skin is tampered with. The liver, the digestive system is also tampered with. And all these actually can be handled with the use of our product, Edge. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about 20 years of energy research and over 4 years of research and development that has led us to a breakthrough product called the GX1. This product is a mat. It's the world's first ever. And this product, you just lie on it and it will reset you, okay? It is light, easy to carry with you. It comes with 2 pieces, one to lie on, another one to stand on. I was a beneficiary. I remember I had gone to Thailand only to realize that I had traveled with malaria. Thank God, one of my friends, I know she's on screen here, she had carried some medications, but my body was slow in responding and I was losing energy. I was passing blood. And my coach on call as well allowed me to sleep on her mat. And this mat reversed the condition. It improved my recovery process. The mat itself is like a supplement, or should I say a substitute to grounding. And we know we are supposed to be grounding. We are supposed to be sleeping on the ground, walking on the ground, so that we can actually improve our connection with Mother Earth. How many of us can do that? So these are some of the people who are benefiting from the usage of this mat. Yes, it will support your cellular regeneration. It will reduce inflammation. It will align your body's biofield. It optimizes your energy flow beyond the basic grounding. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, these are some of the things that you benefit just by laying a mat on your bed and sleeping on it. Yes, we are waiting for this to be launched on our e-store. Everyone is waiting, like we are checking on our e-store regularly so that when it is on available, people can purchase. So this is the whole ecosystem. We are talking about 20 years of impact, and your story begins now. What will your product be? Will you buy the whole ecosystem? Will you start with the biodisc that will help with cellular hydration and wellness? Will you start with a pendant that will improve your mind, body, and performance? And this BioLite is, as I said previously, an accessory that comes with the biodisc, and it will give you light therapy to improve pain. And actually, pain is an indication of poor blood circulation. So basically, it will also be improving on your blood circulation. Will you also buy the eGuard X? This small product that you put on your phone to protect you against the e-smog that your phone is actually emitting, your Wi-Fi, your laptop, or will you go for the GX1 to balance your energy? Anywhere grounding and resonance. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to call back to your attention that every disease is an indicator of a problem at the root. It's not, we are not supposed to just handle the disease where it is showing. We are supposed to handle it from where it is starting. And ladies and gentlemen, today, allow me, okay, to bring on your screen an amazing lady. I just want to say she's our Mother's Day gift. This lady, I have gone to school with her from primary to O level, and at A level, the world just shared us in different places. And yes, we met again. We talked business, we talked health. She is a senior palliative care nurse. She herself is a mother, just like some of us and just like me, a proud mother of one beautiful girl. And she has a big heart, ready to share and help. She's not just an ordinary palliative care nurse. She has on her sleeve testimonies that will startle you. But today, ladies and gentlemen, she's here to confirm to us that there is a lot that we can do in the comfort of our homes. And coming from the Cancer Institute of Uganda, ladies and gentlemen, I just know that it will be very, very good exposure for you to listen to the one and only Harriet Kebirungi. We lovingly call her Harriet Kebi. So Harriet, dear, very warm welcome. Nice to share, so humble to share the screen with you. Ladies and gentlemen, she is here.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here. My name is Harriet Kebirungi, and I'm a nurse. I work with the Uganda Cancer Institute, and I'm a proud mother of a daughter. So today is a special day for us mothers, and we thank God that He enabled us to bring to the world people of all walks of life. Thank you, Maria, for introducing me. Like she said, we've been through school until today. We are still together, and for now, we are looking at a common goal of helping people understand how they can improve on their wellness. How did I end up here? Like Maria said, she invited me to attend these meetings. Initially, I was skeptical. I didn't want to, but because I honored her invite, I came on the meetings. I attended, and what they were discussing was patent. It was concerning health, an area that I am passionate about. So I got interested. I attended the meetings, and the information they were sharing was regarding our health, something that we should embrace as we listen and also as we interact with different people. So my mother, my greetings to her. She's also, I think, listening in. She had a chronic illness of arthritis, painful limbs, and this she had for many years. And also she had hypertension. So for the chronic arthritis, I used to give her pain medication. Year in, year out, she was on pain medication. And when I learned about pain control by use of the BioDisc and light, I purchased it, and then I had to bring her to live with me so that I keep monitoring her as we use the BioDisc. So she was using the BioDisc constantly, about 3-4 times in a day, touching her knees and her feet, and also drinking structured water. So life went on, and in a space of 6 months, I realized she was not taking her medication, her pain medication regularly. And when I asked her, she told me the pain is not that bad. So later, I realized that her pain had come down, and with time, she didn't need to take her pain medication. And for us, this was a big relief, because now she was off medication of pain. So then later, as time went on, she got a health challenge, her feet swole, and my siblings pushed me to take her to hospital, which I didn't want because I knew it would resolve. But they didn't want to take chances. They were like, no, mommy has to go to hospital. We have to see that she gets medical attention. So I took her to the Heart Institute. They checked, they did scans, they did blood investigations, they did the blood pressure, all that. And surprisingly, the results came out normal. For me, it was a good sign that at least now my siblings would understand what I meant earlier. So the doctor asked me why I took my mother, and for me, I was just telling him we needed to check and see that she's okay. So it was a very big relief on us that she had normal results, and her blood pressure was very normal, and eventually even her medication for pressure was stopped. For now, it's over a year. She's not on any pain medication. Her knees are okay. She goes about her normal work, and the pressure is also, she's not on pressure medication. And this was because we used the BioDisc by light. I later got the Home Pure Nova and also Edge,